Dogecoin's price is now $0.123, with a 24-hour trading volume of $578 million. Dogecoin's value has dropped by 38% in the past 24 hours. The current ranking of CoinMarketCap is 13, with a live market capitalization of $16 billion. The Dogecoin has a total circulation quantity of 132 billion units. We anticipate that by March 14, 2022, the value of Dogecoin will have increased by 14.92%, reaching $0.141, according to our current Dogecoin price projection. According to our technical indicators, the current emotion is bearish, and the fear and greed index is displaying extreme fear at the moment. Over the previous 30 days, Dogecoin has had a 37% increase in green days and a 9.2% increase in price volatility. According to our Dogecoin forecast, it is now a horrible time to invest in Dogecoin. Support levels of $0.115 are established based on today's classical pivot point, which has a value of $0.117. Dogecoin support levels are established based on today's classical pivot point, which has a value of $0.117. The weakest is $0.116, while the strongest is $0.110. Dogecoin resistance levels include also $0.119, $0.121, and $0.123, according to the cryptocurrency's price. It is beneficial to look at the price history of Dogecoin in order to have a better understanding of what may happen to the cryptocurrency's value in the future. The Doge USD pair has lost -16.94% of its value in the last month. The performance of Doge USD during the last year has been 122.77%. While the price of Dogecoin has been steadily declining since its all-time high in May 2021, there are no indicators that this trend will be reversed. The ensuing drop appears to be pushing for a fair value gap, which lends credence to the upcoming downswing in the stock market. The current drop has caused the meme currency to crash through the immediate support level of $0.127, tilting the odds in favor of the bears. Because of the presence of the FVG, investors may anticipate the Dogecoin price to continue its downward trend to $0.074 in the near future, with a range of $0.0075 to $0.119 in the future. It is expected that the overall move will result in a 35% drop, and that here is where a local bottom will develop for Doge. The global and out-of-the-money (GIOM) approach developed by Into the Block is helping to fuel this downturn. As indicated by this indicator, the immediate support floor around $0.111 is non-existent and will most certainly be shattered easily by a short-term surge in selling pressure in the near future. Consequently, the Dogecoin price is expected to fall further to $0.045, when around 556,740 addresses acquired approximately 10.89 billion Dogecoins. From a technical standpoint, this barrier corresponds closely to the aim that has been achieved, and it is the sole firm support that should be able to withstand the oncoming selling pressure. In addition, a decrease in the number of significant transactions of $100,000 or more has occurred, from 1,710 to 1,190, indicating that the price of Dogecoin is becoming more negative. This 30% decline in transfers, which is used as a proxy for whales' investing thesis, implies that these investors are no longer interested in Doge at the present price levels of the stock. While things appear to be dismal for the Dogecoin price, a sudden spike in purchasing pressure that drives Doge to generate a daily candlestick close above $0.163 would result in a higher high, indicating the beginning of an uptrend in the cryptocurrency. A move of this nature will render the negative thesis on the Dogecoin price worthless. When retesting a historical pattern that has emerged since the beginning of 2020, the Dogecoin price has consistently provided spectacular profits. Although a third retest of the trendline has not yet happened, Doge is now positioned above it in the meantime. For investors, it is logical to believe that the third retest of a trend line will give the most secure entry point. On the basis of this premise, long-term bulls might sit back and wait for Dogecoin's price to fall another 25 to 30% in order to test the demand zone that sits between $0.08 and $0.09. Investors should bear in mind that the Dogecoin price is still printing lower lows on the daily chart, which should be taken into consideration. There is currently no evidence to imply that the stock market will exhibit bullish behavior in the near future. In light of the foregoing, purchasing a home in the early stages is not recommended. After failing to drive Dogecoin's price over the previous year's barrier level of 9 cents, the end of April might be an extremely speculative moment for the memecoin, according to market forecasters. Inevitably, the present price will come into conflict with the previous pattern. This bullish thesis will only be invalidated if the price of Doge fails to find support from the historical trend line before the end of April. Historically, the trend line has the ability to develop into resistance, bringing the price down to 5 cents, 7 cents, or possibly $0.070.
Feels heavy on your chest. I wish I